Good evening, good folks, and welcome to the City of Muskegon City Commission General Session for this Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. Before we get started with our business, I remind folks we do have a few different public comment periods, one of which is a public hearing, and we'll have public comment on agenda items, so any other items that remain on our agenda for this evening. And that's an opportunity for you to give input directly to the City Commission about any of those items. And then we have general public comment at the end of the City Commission meeting. We welcome public comment in person, and if you are here in person, I encourage you to complete a public comment form at the back of the room. Please provide your name and home address. Note I'll not be sharing your home address nor asking you to announce that. That's just for our records. I will be acknowledging if you're a City of Muskegon resident, which neighborhood you're joining us from, and if you're not a City of Muskegon resident, which other township, village, or city you may be joining us from. We do allow phone-in comments. I'm going to share that phone number right now. But do not call. I just want you to have it at the ready. That phone number is 231-724-6721. So after we complete in-person public comment, we'll be going to the phones and welcoming people to give their input that way. And as a reminder, public comment is an opportunity for folks to speak directly to the City Commission, not back and forth dialogue, not Q&A. We can arrange that at a separate time and juncture as appropriate. All right. We're going to start our meeting with a moment of silence, followed by, for reflection and the like, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you wish to join us in either of those activities, I ask that you stand if you're so capable of doing so. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Jackson? Here. Commissioner Cochin?
Here.
Commissioner St. Clair? Here. Mayor Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Kilgo?
Here.
Vice Mayor Keener?
Here.
Commissioner German? Absent.
Madam Clerk, you just had a notice. Can you share what that notice?
Absolutely. We were informed by our sound person that that Facebook Live is not working at this moment, and that we are working on it in the background, but currently the Facebook live stream is not up.
Okay.
But it is working everywhere else.
YouTube is available.
YouTube and
for live,
also television.
and then Public Access Channel
Yes.
96.
Yes.
All right. And so if they go to the City of Muskegon channel on YouTube, they're able to watch it that
Yes,
way.
correct.
And we will there be a period for the live stream to be available for afterwards for on Facebook for some period? We're just going to try to get it
We're going to continue to try
live
to get it up.
this meeting.
Yes,
Okay.
looking at it.
Otherwise, the video is available for replay on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
and archived on our website.
Yes.
Okay. We do not have any honors awards and presentations this evening, so we're going to get right into our public hearings. Our first public hearing, our only public hearing this evening, is a brownfield plan amendment for American Fabricated Products Incorporated, 331 West Laketon Avenue. Good evening. Could you kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item?
Good evening. Jocelyn Hines, Economic Development Analyst, City of Muskegon. So the commission and the community should be very aware of this organization, this company. They have been before us quite a few times in regards to an industrial development district as well as an industrial facilities exemption certificate. This particular public hearing is specific to their brownfield plan amendment. As we know, a brownfield plan amendment allows a company to be reimbursed for eligible activities. As you can see in the brownfield plan amendment that was provided in the packet, they are seeking reimbursement for eligible activities such as environmental site assessments, phase 1 and 2, environmental consulting, and baseline environmental assessment. Their reimbursement period should start in 2036 and continue to 2039. And then the following 3 years, the local brownfield revolving fund will benefit from those tax captures. If you are not aware of the organization, American Fabricated Company is moving from Ottawa County and plans to create 20 to 30 new jobs here in the city of Muskegon. They are rehabbing 331 West Lakeland Avenue, and they specialize in advanced metal fabrication, precision machining, CNC machining, welding, and all sorts of things. They service a diverse customer base from defense, automotive, furniture, and things of the like. So this is the public hearing for the Brownfield Plan Amendment. It was approved by the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority on June 9th, and the developer and company are here if there are any questions.
Thank you, Analyst Hines. This is a public hearing, so we're going to open up to the audience if there's anyone that wishes to give input specifically with regard to a Brownfield Plan Amendment for American Fabricated Products at 331 West Laketon. Seeing no takers from the audience, we're going to go to the phones. That number is 231-724-6721. When you're calling, please turn down any audio in the background, state your name, and if you're a City of Muskegon resident, which neighborhood you're joining us from, and if you're not a City of Muskegon resident, where else you may be joining us from. This is specifically with regard to public hearing on a Brownfield Plan Amendment. All right, does not look like we have any takers for phone in comments for this public hearing. Commissioners, what's your pleasure?
I move to close the public hearing and approve the resolution and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Kilgo, supported by Commissioner Cochin. Do you have any things to share on your motion before we go to vote? Or open up to the rest of the commission, Commissioner Kilgo?
No comments at this time.
Commissioner Cochin? I know we've had this item before us in a number of different capacities, so I think we've discussed it adequately. All right. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cochin?
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair?
Yes.
Mayor Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. All right. Next up is our... Yes,
gonna-
Mr. Manager.
We're going to be posting a link on the Facebook page to our YouTube page so that folks who are on YouTube or on Facebook can link to that. It's a Facebook issue. It's not a us issue.
Okay.
Just as an FYI.
So we're going to share the link to the YouTube. Excellent.
Yes.
Thank
Sorry.
you. No, I appreciate that update. And it's good to know. All right, next up is our federal, state, and county tribal partner officials update. We're also accommodating our local educational institutions, including Muskegon Community College. And so we have an update from Daniel Booth. Oh,
No.
standing in for Daniel Booth, perhaps. If you've got items to share with us, if you could hand that to our city clerk. And then if you would kindly introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Beth Dick. I am the Chief Financial Officer for Muskegon Community College, and I'm here to share some information with you regarding a ballot proposal that we have on the upcoming August 4th election. Just out of curiosity, to start off, I'd like to know how many people in the room either attended Muskegon Community College or had a close family member or someone they know that attended the college. Show of hands. Audience have a family member or attended MCC? Quite a few people, so just wanted to see how many people have that connection with the college. We are a community asset of this county, and we had a recent study done that shows that the college itself brings about $250 million worth of economic impact to Muskegon County. So just wanted to provide you with that information. But as far as the actual ballot proposal, this card that I've handed out here provides you with the information that we are looking to restore our millage to what it was originally approved by the voters back in 1993. Our restoration is for a .2980 additional millage to get us back to the 2.4 mills that the voters approved in 1993. And what we would do, and we're doing that for 30 years, is the time frame that we would ask to restore that. The millage would enhance our learning environments, improve safety, upgrade infrastructure, and provide long-term academic support for the college. And there is a list on this card of the various projects that we would be looking to do with that millage restoration. Some modern safety enhancements, classroom technology upgrades, replacing heating, cooling, and heating and cooling systems. Some of ours date back to the 1960s when the building was originally built. Accessibility upgrades to restrooms, classrooms, and offices. Renovating instructional spaces and student-centered spaces, including lecture halls and community event locations. Roof replacements, parking lots, repaving, and exterior upgrades to protect the infrastructure and improve safety and access. Just as a frame of reference, when our millage was approved back in 1993, things were a lot different back then. We were a paper-based organization and had very few modern safety tools, and today we rely on digital technology for our learning and operations. So a lot of things have changed since 1993. This restoration would generate approximately $2.1 million in additional property tax revenue to the college, and we would use that to do these projects that I mentioned previously. What that would mean to an average homeowner with a market value of $250,000, which is considered to be the average market value of homes in Muskegon County, it's about $37 per year or 10 cents a day. So without restoring the revenue, the college would need to delay or scale back any improvements to our learning spaces, building systems, and student areas. And we are funded in basically 3 different ways: by state aid, as well as tuition and fees, and the property tax revenues. Our state aid has not kept up with the rate of inflation. Actually, next year, the governor's budget is assuming a flat. We're not getting any increase next year based on her budget. And our tuition and fees, the state also restricts how much we can increase our tuition rate on an annual basis. So we are going to the voters and asking for consideration of this millage restoration on August 4th.
Thank you. Would you entertain questions?
Sure.
All right. Commissioner's going to open up this question. I want to remind, though, that this is something that'll be on the ballot. We are not to expressly advocate one way or another to vote. Simply discuss the facts of
Yes.
what's on the ballot. Commissioner Jackson?
Yes. I was just wondering if there's any consideration within the proposed projects for the student concerns over lack of food security on campus. There's not a lot of food options for students. And I know that was a major concern, at least when I was an MCAN coach.
Sure. Yes. So yes, and I should say that this decision to put this on the ballot was put in place based on feedback that we got through a facilities survey that we did back in 2024, and we received a facilities plan out of that process that said we have about $50 million worth of infrastructure and upgrades that could be done to the campus, and food service was one of the main things that rose to the top of the list, and we are actually currently working on bringing food service back to campus. Even without the millage, that's been a key priority that we're working on getting in place. Hopefully this fall is what we're looking for that.
Okay.
But again, we did take a lot of feedback into consideration in order to move forward with this restoration request from not only our students and employees, but as well as the community at large. So we did quite a large outreach from surveys and focus panels to be able to place this on the ballot.
Okay. And then you're in the president's office, correct?
Yes.
So off the top of your head, do you know what MCC's ranking is in the state as far as community colleges go?
Ranking in terms of what?
Just in, how our MCC's nursing program ranks pretty high nationwide and in the state. Do you know what MCC ranks as far as student satisfaction and?
I don't have that specifically. I know we're rated the #1 transfer in community college in the state of Michigan, but it's
Okay.
just in terms of an overall ranking, I
Ranking.
don't know what that.
Okay. All right. No further questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Jackson. Yeah, the nursing program, I think, was that year was the first in the state and 14th best for a community college in the country, if I recall correctly.
Very high passing rate on the test that all of those.
Like 97, 98%
Yes.
or something like that.
And also in recent years, I think MCC was identified as the best value community college in the state. I don't remember what year that was, but that was in the past few years, as I recall. Commissioners, anything else to ask? Commissioner Kilgo.
Yes. Thank you for being here this evening. Just for clarification, this will only be on the August 4th primary ballot, not November, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. If there are no other questions, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for your time.
All right, do we have any other federal, state, county, indigenous partners joining us this evening that wishes to give an update? Seeing none, we're going to move on to public comment on agenda items. Have you received any forms, Madam Clerk?
I have not.
All right. I see one person that would very likely want to speak on an agenda item. All right, do we have a hand mic
I do.
available, Madam Clerk? Joining us from our Glenside neighborhood, if you kindly introduce yourself, and you have up to 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Sure. So I am here. My name is Jeff Van Dyke, by the way, and I am here to speak on the importance of Disability Pride Month. So as I mentioned, my name is Jeffrey Van Dyke, and I was born with cerebral palsy, specifically spastic cerebral palsy. For those who may not know, cerebral palsy is a neurological condition that affects people in many different ways. For me, it means I use a wheelchair. My speech sounds a little different, and I've undergone more than 30 surgeries throughout my life. At birth, I was given only a few hours to live, but here I am, like so many people with disabilities who came before me, and so many who will come after me. I have defied expectations. And that's why Disability Pride Month matters, because representation is about more than awareness. It's about dignity. It's about being seen, being heard, and being valued as whole people. We're not here to be pitied. We're here to be recognized as artists, workers, thinkers, neighbors, leaders, and friends, because disability isn't rare. In fact, disability is the only minority group that you can join at any time. There is no such thing as non-disabled, only not disabled yet. Disability transcends every boundary and touches every community. It crosses every race, age, gender, sexuality, faith, culture, and economic status. Disability is an unavoidable part of the human experience, but it is not a tragedy. We are your friends, neighbors, co-workers, classmates, family members, and loved ones. And that's why this conversation matters. Not just the people with disabilities, but all of us. In a world that can often feel divided or uncertain, Disability Pride Month reminds us something profoundly simple. Every person has value. People with disabilities are not defined by the barriers we face, but by the lives we lead, the communities we strengthen, and contributions we make every day. We deserve not only recognition for our resilience, but celebration for the countless ways we have helped shape communities for generations. Disability Pride Month challenges us to think beyond a diagnosis and recognize our shared humanity. It calls us to remove barriers that still keep us and too many people unseen. This month is about pride, which will be July and also June in another way. It's about belonging, it's about joy, it's about declaring clearly and unapologetically we belong here too. And that's why Disability Pride Month matters.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Van Dyke. We appreciate you joining us this evening to share those remarks and your ongoing advocacy and leadership. Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience that wishes to give public comment on an agenda item or items? See no takers in the audience. We're going to go to the phones. That number is 231-724-6721. This is time to give input directly to the City Commission on an agenda item or items. When you're calling in, please turn down the audio, state your name and which neighborhood you're calling from if you're a City of Muskegon resident, and which items you're speaking on. All right, does not sound like we have any takers for phone comments on agenda items. Commissioners, you've had an opportunity to review the consent agenda. Are there any items that you wish to have removed for separate discussion and vote? Commissioner Cochin.
Item I and item K.
Any other items, commissioners? All right. I would entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda as presented, minus items I and K.
Support.
We have a motion by Vice Mayor Keener, supported by Commissioner St. Clair. If there's no discussion, roll call, please.
Commissioner Kilgo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin?
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair?
Yes.
Mayor Johnson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item I, amendment to construction services for McGrath Courts. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes. I authorize staff to approve a contract amendment with Midwest Construction Group in the amount of $48,227 for additional tennis court renovations at McGrath Park.
Support.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Cochin, supported by Vice Mayor Keener. Good evening, sir. Kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Dan Vanderhyde, Director of Public Works for the City of Muskegon. I'm filling in for Director Karcheski this evening. This is an item to modify our construction contract with the contractor that is working on the pickleball courts and tennis courts at McGrath Park. We initially had planned simply to clean the existing 2 tennis courts that are the farthest east of the northern set of courts. But bids came in favorably, and so the contractor offered this proposed change order, which would allow us to resurface the tennis courts, the 2 tennis courts that will remain, to the same standard as the pickleball courts that we're creating. So they'll have all the cracks filled and sealed, the courts will be resurfaced, restriped, new nets, and so on. So we'll have all new net sports at McGrath Park.
Excellent. Thank you, Director Vanderhyde. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes, excellent. I pulled this item solely to highlight to people that we have a project coming in under budget and we are doing more for the people, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Here, here. Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Vice Mayor Keener, in support of the motion, anything you want to add or ask?
I do have just a slight question. I do appreciate that it is coming under budget, but I just wanted to know how often are the tennis courts used, and do we have a community need, a request for pickleball?
Sure. We definitely do have community requests for pickleball. It was one of the more common requests when we went through our engagement efforts a couple of years ago with the surveys and things. Tennis, the courts at McGrath are not used as often as they used to be, certainly. We did talk with the schools, though, and they made the specific request that we keep at least 2, with the hope that they're planning to start up a tennis program again soon. So we'll be prepared for that if and when that happens. And in the meantime, there are still a few community members who use them, and I think I'm aware of at least one lesson provider in town who uses them as well. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Keener. Commissioner St. Clair.
Thank you.
I will just make a note that I've heard from constituents that they would use them more if they were in better shape, and part of the reason they're not utilized is they're in very poor condition. Not necessarily super safe and comfy to use.
That's true. Anything else to ask or add, commissioners? All right. Thank you, Director Vanderhyde. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Keener,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item K, Disability Pride Month Resolution. Commissioner Cochin.
I move to adopt a resolution recognizing July as Disability Pride Month and to allow for the displaying of the history and information on disability pride and disability resources in the lobby of City Hall.
Support.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Cochin, supported by Commissioner Kilgo. And this is your resolution, Commissioner
Yes.
Cochin.
I'm pulling it up.
If you'd like to read it to us.
Before I read the resolution, I'd like to say a few things if I can. So, the reason why Disability Pride Month is so important is a lot of what my neighbor and friend Jeffrey had mentioned. Jeffrey was the one who'd asked me last year if we could recognize Disability Pride Month, and I at that time did not know a whole lot about it, and so I spent some time learning about it and was like, yes, we absolutely need to show up for the people in our community because, as Mr. Van Dyke noted, anybody can become disabled at any point in time, and if we are lucky to live long enough, we will become disabled because that includes mobility aids, being able to age in home, being able to get assistance for your children if they happen to be disabled. And so it's really important to be able to support and celebrate almost a quarter of the Michigan community and show the people in our city that this commission and this city celebrates them.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin.
So, with that in mind, I will read the resolution. So, whereas, according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, over 70 million people in the United States have a disability. And whereas, according to the Disability and Health Data System, DHDS, 2,189,958, or 1 in 4 Michiganders, have a disability. And whereas the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, was signed into law on July 26, 1990, and whereas disabled people continue to face discrimination, inequities, and societal stigmas, and whereas disabled people live full, vibrant, and meaningful lives, contributing to our nation and our great city, and whereas disabled people deserve the respect like all other peoples of our city, no more, no less. And whereas Disability Pride Day was first celebrated in 1990 in Boston and has since expanded to communities all across the country during the month of July. And whereas Disability Pride Month provides an opportunity for Muskegon residents and all Americans to learn more about the history, inequalities, and value the disabled community brings to the country, as well as the opportunity for city government to take an active role in looking at ableism and enacting policies that support and acknowledge our disabled citizens. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City Commission respectfully honors and acknowledges July as Disability Pride Month by adopting this resolution, displaying the history and information on disability pride and disability resources in the lobby of City Hall, and flying the Disability Pride flag at City Hall.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Before I go to the support of the motion, is there anything else you wish to add?
I just would also like to thank my neighbor Jeffrey for kindly donating his personal Disability Pride flag for us to be able to utilize.
Thank you. Commissioner Kilgo.
Thank you. Mr. Jeffrey, thank you for being here and speaking this evening. I love how it was said that it's not a matter of who but when. As I have young disabled people in my family, I have seniors that are disabled in my family. Those who become disabled they shouldn't be overlooked. And not only that, we should think about how much more work has to be put into just doing everyday regular things. So I proudly support us recognizing Disability Pride Month here at the City of Muskegon.
Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. Commissioners, anything else you wish to share or otherwise ask of the resolution? No? All right. Thank you, Commissioners, and thank you, Commissioner Cochin, for bringing that forward. And again, thank you, Mr. Jeffrey, for your inspiration and leadership and advocacy. I will proudly support this as a reflection of our government speech in celebration of Disability Pride Month. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. All right, we do not have any unfinished business. We're going to move on to new business. First up is a Housing Board of Appeals referral for 1300 Langland Avenue. And good evening, sir. If you kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Sure. My name is Stephen Stout. I am the Dangerous Building Inspector for the City of Muskegon through Safe Build.
Thank you, Mr. Stout.
Okay. Regarding 1300 Langland in the City of Muskegon, it's been an eyesore for a long time. This whole thing started several years ago when the roof on the residence was removed. This was a complete tear-off of the roof, and since then, which I believe is about 2022, nothing has been done. There's been just boards rotting away, rain, inclement weather, snow falling on the roof, and it's been just rotting, deteriorating. My predecessor, Scott, had spoken to the owner who claimed financial hardship. Scott advised him to talk to Construction Neighborhood Services for possible assistance. Scott last spoke to the owner in September of 2023. There is no contact for the owner in the system. As of 3/17/26, then there has been no permit pulled for the roof. Again, the roof is rotting away and the tarps have rotted away also. The recommendation for 1300 Langland is that this residence has been open for many years and that this home be demolished. I've had attempted to get in touch with the owner by looking up information related to the owner, trying to track down another phone number, another address. The other address that I located was just a couple blocks away, and that returned from first class and registered mail, undeliverable. I found another address. I had the same circumstance. That also returned from first class mail, registered mail. I don't have any other addresses at this point. We're looking at here is to rule with the Housing Board of Appeals and to condemn the home, unfortunately.
Thank you, Mr. Stout, for that update. Commissioners, so we may proceed with discussion. Can I get a motion?
I move to concur with the Housing Board of Appeals decision to demolish 1300 Langeland Avenue.
Support.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Cochin, supported by Commissioner Kilgo. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes, so I appreciate you highlighting some of the attempts to communicate with the homeowner. My question in this case is, can you explain to us what makes this not an abandoned home or like a vacant home? Because I saw that one of the other ones listed was listed as vacant, but you guys couldn't reach them as
This
well.
one is vacant too,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Commissioner Kilgo.
Thank you. As the former commissioner last year, or for the last 2 years, who sat on the HBA board, Commissioner German, who sits on it now, is not with us this evening, but I've seen houses like this and others come before us. I've driven by this house as my job takes me throughout the city every day. And for just the safety of the community, squatters, kids, things like that. I do agree with the assessment that the home should come down if we've given it now 4 years to try and be in contact with the owner and they haven't been in contact with us. I'm not going to name specific addresses. I can get those to the manager and he can speak with your department. But I do look forward to the HBA coming with more recommendations and coming before us, because now I've gotten just this year, so we're almost to July, we're halfway through June. I've probably gotten a dozen or so complaints about other homes that are not safe in not safe conditions. And I just want to make sure that we're doing everything possible to try to contact those owners and see if they have options to remedy that. I know we're not in the business of just tearing houses down to tear them down, but people who don't make any effort to work with the city, those are the ones that we want to move forward with. I will say this for the public: if you get a notice from Safe Build or from the building department and something on your home is deemed unsafe, the very best thing that you can do is to contact you or contact the Safe Build department, because
Either one.
they will work with you. They'll try to get you resources. They'll help answer questions if you don't know the process of pulling permits or where to start with those things. That communication is better than non-communication. Non-communication leads us to where we are right now. So thank you for what you do.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kogo. Commissioners, anything else to ask or share at this time? All right. Is the property owner in the room by chance and wishing to address the commission? All right. Seeing no takers on that, just want to make sure they have that opportunity to address the commission directly on this property. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you. Next item, HBA referral, case B for 965 Scott Street. Mr. Stout.
Yes. 965 Scott.
Sorry, point of order. Do you need a...
Either or. We can take the motion now or we can take his report and then the motion. But if
sorry.
you'd like to make the motion now, you may do so.
I move to concur with the Housing Board of Appeals decision to demolish 1965 Scott Street.
Support.
All right. We have a motion by Commissioner Kogo, supported by Commissioner St. Clair.
Actually, 965 Scott.
965.
965, yep, 965 Scott Street. All right. We got that. We're good. Resume, please, Mr. Stout.
Okay. 965 Scott is owned by a lady who lives in Grand Rapids. This is a two-story wooden structure home. The front porch is rotted and falling apart. It appears to be falling in itself. The home is not occupied, is empty. It is in bad shape. The foundation is failing. The roof is deteriorated. The window upstairs is missing and is open to inclement weather. The windows are also broken. Exterior siding is missing and rotten. 6/18 of 2019, this has been quite a while we've been dealing with this home, at least the folks before me in this position. We've sent them registered mail, certified mail. I have received those back signed, but no response, no acknowledgement, no contact. And there are letters in there with all my information on there, how to get hold of me through email, through telephone number, and I don't have a phone number for the owner, Miss Nosberry. This one is in really, really bad condition, and really feel that we should go with the Housing Board of Appeals on this also and condemn it. unfortunately take it down. And as far as my background goes, I don't really like to take houses down. I'd like to see them fixed up, but this one's a little beyond that, as long as the previous one also.
Thank you, Mr. Stout. Commissioner Kilgo?
Nothing at this time.
All right. Commissioner St. Clair?
No.
All right. Open up to the rest of the commission. Anything to ask or add? Commissioner Cochin?
Yes, so I do have a question. I'm looking at the communication history, and it says in 2022 the HBA case was tabled. Can you explain why the case was tabled then?
And I'm sorry, I'm a little deaf. Explain.
Oh, that's okay. In
2022.
January of 2022, the HBA said the case that for this house was tabled. Can you explain why?
I can't explain why it was tabled. They may have had communication with the owner at that time, and they decided to try and give that owner some time to try and fix the home up. And unfortunately, clearly that wasn't done.
Okay. And then you had mentioned that there was some certified mail that was sent out and you had received it signed back. When was the last correspondence you received signed?
Just recently, before this meeting, I received it back.
And the correspondence, did that state that the house would be torn down if they did not respond?
They did not respond.
No, I'm asking if that's what the certified information was sent to them stated.
Yes. It had the information most recently for this hearing, and that it was sent affidavit style. So the chief of police signed it, I signed it, I delivered it to the residents, I post it on the residents, I take a picture of the document attached to the home, and I also send it first-class mail and certified mail. I have a background in law enforcement, 25 years here with the city of Muskegon for the police department. So I'm a little familiar with processes.
Okay.
So I try and follow those to the letter, to the T.
Right. So what they signed was information stating that if they did not contact us, then their home would be torn down. Okay. Thank you.
And they were invited to come to this hearing.
Any additional?
No, just.
Commissioner Cochin? No? All right. Commissioner Kilgo?
Yep, just a quick point of information. So being formerly sitting on the HBA, sometimes issues will get tabled. Like you said, if the building inspector had a phone conversation or there was any hint of communication, then the board may say, okay, we'll give them another 30 days to see if they're going to do what they say they're going to do, or pull a permit, or get a plan together for renovation on the property. Sometimes the tabling of it is just giving the owner more time to get their affairs in order to get the things fixed.
Thank you for that additional context, Commissioner Kilgo. If there's no other questions or comments from the commission, then roll call, please.
Commissioner Cochin?
Oh, man. Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair?
Yes.
Mayor Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Stout.
May I just respond to Mr. Kilgo's previous comment?
Yes, you may.
As far as bringing more cases to you folks, yes, I will be bringing more cases probably about 1 or 2 a month, just so that we're trickling in and not coming in full force. Lately, we've been primarily dealing with 779 Yuba Street here in the city of Muskegon, the red, white, and blue building. I've taken out bids for that. We're going to, the demolition has been awarded to a local company. They're going to do that along with the asbestos abatement. The chief has wanted me to jump right on that and get that going. There are other addresses that I will be taking out bids on in the next, 2-3 weeks. And one of them is a Dratz address. And so we're progressing, but that one kind of took priority just for the mere reason that half the building is falling down.
Yeah, it's
So-
imminent danger. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I went by there one day to post a notice, and there was smoke coming out of the building. And, I ended up calling 911 and had the fire department come out, and there was a homeless guy in there cooking on a grill.
While you're here, I do have a process or communication question. When we send notices out to the property owners, do we include any indication or information about their option to pursue superintendent control if the commission were to concur with the Housing Board of Appeals?
We do,
Okay,
yes.
excellent. That's great to hear. I mean, that's ultimately the best approach,
Yes.
or rather than the commission continuously tabling or delaying it, it's optimal to concur when Housing Board of Appeals has exhausted its review and made a recommendation. In my opinion, it's optimal for the commission to concur with that, and then the onus is on the property owner to petition for superintendent control, and then they have to put up the money if they're serious.
Yes.
About saving that property and fixing it up. They have to put up the money for.
And again,
estimate
the
and
last
demolition.
thing we want to do is knock down a house. We want to work with the homeowners and try and work through this process. That doesn't always happen, unfortunately.
Appreciate you and your team, Mr. Stout.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next up, a home that is not on the chopping block for demolition and that our city has put great effort and resource into preserving. And now we have an opportunity this evening to sell it to someone who's going to work to restore it and make it
Good evening.
living worthy again.
I'm Jamie Pesh with the Planning Department.
All right.
and I'm
Before
having-
let's get your report first, and then I'll ask the commission to decide how they wish to proceed.
Yeah, I am having additional documentation we got just this afternoon passed around for 2 of the purchase offers. I can explain that more thoroughly, one of which is associated with the staff recommendation. But, so the Nelson House, we moved that back in July of 2024. And after a few false starts with attempting to sell it, we have now received 4 purchase offers. Those came through Tim Updike, the realtor that the city hired, to list the house on the MLS. It was listed for 2 months, April 8th to June 8th, and then offers were taken following June 8th. It was listed at $150,000, and all written offers were matching that value. We did have one verbal offer, but we were requesting specifically written offers, so there is no additional paperwork associated with that one. And following evaluation of each offer and discussion with the realtor, staff is requesting the city commission endorse the recommendation of staff and authorize the realtor and city staff to negotiate an agreement for sale of the Nelson House to Tobin Bailey and Jesus Paz Soto. In general, that was the purchase offer that was most in line with the conditions that were in previous purchase agreements. In other words, the things that the commission favored most with the potential sale of the house. It is owner occupied in this situation. The work date to start would be as soon as possible. They're approved for financing, as were all of the offers, and their project budget is in the range of $500,000 to $600,000. This, we feel, is in line with the amount of work needed at the house. There seems to be a thorough understanding of the work that is to be done, and a understanding of the role of the Historic District Commission in that process as well. I can take questions on specifics or any questions anybody had on any of the other offers as well, but that was the main focus of city staff and the realtor.
Thank you, Mr. Pesh. Commissioners, what's your pleasure on how to proceed? Commissioner Kugo.
I'd like to ask Mr. Pesh some questions
Well-
before we, or do you want, I mean, my motion's not the same motion. I'm happy to make a motion.
We can make a motion, and if we limit it to just questions right now, not advocacy, until we have a motion, that's fine. We can proceed with a line of questions.
Thank
Yes.
you. Mr. Pesh, this has been a lot of work, and I know it has. Thank you for it. With the 4 viable offers, all 4 offers are at $150,000 asking price, correct?
Correct.
Have we, since the June 8th deadline, gone back and asked for highest and best from any of the recipients for the property?
We have not.
So, I did, because this is what I do every day, I really reviewed each offer. All offers are very similar. Some are cash, some are financing. I did call the one that was financing's lender and spoke with him about these clients. They can be cash also. They just submitted a financing offer. Some of them wrote directly with the listing agent, and some of them, like the recommended one, have a realtor themselves, so that actually incurs more cost to pay their realtor for that one. So they're actually not all equal. And the recommended one, if it's at asking price and we have to pay their realtor, it's not as strong of an offer as the other ones. The Andrew V and Jake H offer, which was the 3rd offer on our list. They've done a lot of research and put together a really good proposal on what they want to do and the rehabs that they want to do too. My recommendation would be for us to go back to all 4 offers. This way it keeps it blind and simple, and we can't say we're favoring anyone. And we ask for highest and best from each offer. Hey, offer A, B, C, and D. We have 4 offers. They're all at $150,000. We would like your highest and best, and we can come back at our first meeting in July and make a proper recommendation. I think all 4 probably want this property really bad because it's a beautiful home. But that way, we're doing our due diligence as a city also, instead of saying, hey, we have 4 offers, they're all for the same price, we're just going to pick this one. And then that one's not really the highest and best offer for the city. So that's my recommendation. The commission and mayor, feel free to ask any other questions, but I did just want to point out that all 4 offers aren't actually equal at this time, and we can go back and ask for highest and best from the applicants, from the buyers.
Thank you, Commissioner Kogo. Any other questions to consider for Mr. Pesh? So I want to be clear, we're limiting to questions right now of Mr. Pesh or the realtor, Mr. Updike. So Commissioner Cochin.
Yes. So I saw in the paperwork that was just passed around to the commission for the Andrew V and the Jake H information from the Michigan First Mortgage. It says all utilities, including water to the house, must be turned on to perform an appraisal. I am not somebody who buys a lot of houses, unlike my fellow commissioner over here. Is that normal? Is that something that we can do?
I also don't think I have a clear answer to that. I don't know if Tim has anything to add.
Yeah,
About turning the water.
no, that wouldn't be possible. Not currently, anyways.
Could you please introduce yourself, sir?
Tim Updike. I'm a resident of Norton Shores. I'm a real estate agent helping the city sell the Nelson House.
Thank you, Mr. Updike. Proceed.
Yeah, so we did get an addendum today in regards to their offer with it being a construction loan. So depending on what approval you're looking at, that would be sort of subject to if they can swing some things because their house is contingent. If they can sell the house and potentially pay cash, that could be definitely changed up a bit.
I see.
But as far as turning the utilities on for the appraisal, no, absolutely.
Right. Okay.
Nothing stubbed in. Same thing with electrical, gas.
That was my impression when I walked through the house, and I wasn't sure, if that's normal or not. But it sounds like they could offer cash, potentially contingent on a home sale, which we know homes are selling like hotcakes right now. So that could be an option.
Yeah, and they have accepted an offer on their house.
Oh, okay.
And per the addendum that was sent over today, their closing date actually got moved up quite soon.
Oh, okay.
Definitely could be a possibility where the original sort of dating into August, this would be
Early July.
Yeah, so it
Gotcha.
wouldn't be that far out there, yeah.
Okay, that is very helpful. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I may have read a little too far into your question. Yeah, there are no connections currently at the house.
Any other questions right now? Commissioner Kilgo?
Yeah, I do have a question for the listing agent. Tim, how are you, brother?
Good, good.
Good, good. A regular listing of yours, you get 4 offers right at the deadline. What is your normal, if you had 4 equal offers and you got them all at the deadline of your offer date?
Yeah. So to touch on that, this is obviously a very unique situation considering it's a very unique property. And some of the things we kind of touched about was, what is the best way to make sure this property gets in front of the most amount of people? Make sure everybody's got a fair chance at it. I think the city, and at least my understanding was owner-occupant was going to be sort of the ideal situation. So when I listed it and going into the 60 days, that was, and at least my conversations with every agent was like, give me all you got, let's do the best thing. So as an agent, we don't get to make these calls. It is ultimately up to the seller. My understanding was put it out there at this price and see what we procure. So I personally don't think going back to do a highest and best is ideal. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it definitely could procure more money for the city. I'm commission based, so good for me. I think it might kind of push some people out of the way, but I think ultimately, it would sell for a little bit more money. So if that is the primary directive there, then I think it could be done. One thing I would like to say though, as far as all offers being about the same price, I do have a listing agreement with the city. It is 6% commission. Both the buyers, I think that we're talking about, are working with agents. So it would be 3% to the sell side, 3% to the buy side. The numbers do actually come out to be the same. There are 2 other offers that I wrote personally. We haven't really discussed those, but I think that generally speaking, they kind of haven't really been talked about today. So, but either way.
So either way, 6%. So the offers you wrote, all 6% to you. The offers that other agents wrote, 3 and 3.
Yeah, and my understanding today was to put this in front of the commission. Typically, what I do if I have the buyer contact me directly is reduce my commission from 6% to 5%. Or an unrepresented buyer, so that would essentially stay. Neither one of those have been talked about today, so.
Okay. So, if the city did accept one of the offers that you wrote, it would be 5%.
Correct.
Just to be totally clear with everything on the table.
Yep.
So, the house isn't going anywhere. I think that the city wants to know what your plans are, and many of them submitted kind of what their plans with the house would be. Some submitted letters. Some agents, like myself, I don't accept letters, but for this house that the city owns, it's the government owned, they're submitting letters on what they want to do with the house. Some could come back and specify, we're going to be owner occupants of it. Here's our plan to renovation, our timeline, and here's how much that we can do for the property. So.
Yeah, generally speaking, I think the letters written did address that, and my goal with that is relaying that directly to agents, as well as agent notes, is to make it clear that the city was looking for an owner occupant. However, they were open to a variety of different things, whether it be short-term rentals, or, get creative if you want, but it seemed like the city didn't really want it.
For sure. And the city could come back, I mean, if we didn't make a decision tonight, the city could come back and still agree with the recommendation after a highest and best call. 3 out of the 4 offers could stay the same. All 4 offers could stay the same. We don't know. So I just think it's something for us to think about.
I agree. I do think that is definitely something to think about. It really just does depend on, from my experience, typically when I do a highest and best, I'm going to lose an offer. I'm going to get somebody that's going to go up. So usually somebody's just going to drop out. I think one off the top of my head at least will drop off. I've dealt with the guy personally, and he originally started out at $100,000, and I kind of just told him, I'm like, hey man, get there. We getting some pretty strong offers. It's looking pretty good. Also, without disclosing all of the information, because that's not what I'm here to do. So I think it's definitely in the cards. I know what the city has into it. I don't think we're gonna get there anytime soon. But I don't know. Sometimes people can kind of act on emotion now that we're on the home stretch.
Thank you.
One thing that I was going to add as well, from the city standpoint, the goal is to see the house renovated, and a pretty significant portion of the discussion was how much was put toward the project renovation budget. The one that is being recommended has the highest value at that budget. We know that in the scattered site brownfield, eventually we will make our money back for the losses incurred on the house. And one of the key things that we were looking at was, is this project budget going to actually take on a house of this size? So that was playing into it as well. While they all come across as equal in purchase price, they weren't all equal when it came to the project renovation budget. So that plays into it too. And that was one of the key things that we were thinking about.
Thank you, Mr. Pash. Your question?
I do, yes. Yeah.
Commissioner Coach.
I know that if Commissioner German could be here, he would be asking this question, so I'm going to ask it for him. Of the people who have put in bids, how many of them are City of Muskegon residents?
I don't have that information.
Okay.
I don't think that we collected that.
Didn't cross my mind.
We did not.
Maybe one could be a future city resident.
One could be a future city resident.
That was where I was aiming towards.
Okay, so none of them right now are city residents, or we just don't know?
Unknown.
Unknown, okay, gotcha.
Some of them, they're in the room, or we can look up, I can look up the registration, but, Mr. Manager, you had.
I guess I would just caution, because it's a property sale, that's not really something that we should be, weighing in on. So,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's regulations around property sales and asking such information. Any additional questions, Commissioner Cochin? Okay. Commissioners, you've heard the conversation, answers to the questions. What's your pleasure in terms of how to proceed this evening? In the form of a motion, not discussion, in the form of a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to call for highest and best for all 4 offers and include from staff the set renovation budget from each offer, because it's not really clear in front of us. We have to dig through all 4 offers, which everybody doesn't have easy access to. And I'm happy to bring it back at our next meeting, at a future meeting.
So I understand your intent. Can you phrase your?
Yes, sorry. I make a motion to table this item to a future meeting and call for highest and best for all 4 offers that we currently have on the table.
So move.
All right. We got a motion by Commissioner Kilgo, supported by Vice Mayor Keener.
Point of clarification,
yes, Mr. Manager.
For legal counsel, would we technically be tabling this, or would we be doing a motion to ask for highest and best? Because if we're tabling it, it would have to be the same item to come back.
That's true. There's no motion
Yeah.
on the table yet to table.
Yeah.
In the same token, it should be to direct staff to receive.
Highest and best offer.
All right. Can
Okay.
you state?
Yes.
Can you state it the proper way, Esquire, and we'll have Commissioner Kilgo concur with that.
Motion to direct staff to receive highest and best offers for the commission's consideration at its July 14th meeting.
So moved.
Support.
All right. We have a motion by Commissioner Kilgo, supported by Vice Mayor Keener. Commissioner Kilgo, as the maker of the motion, do you have anything to add right now?
Yeah. Thank the applicants that are here. Thank you for coming tonight. There's definitely still opportunity for this property to be beautifully renovated like your plans show, for fair housing laws, for just having an equal playing field for all 4 offers. I just think it's best that because we have 4 exact similar offers, that we go to each and ask for highest and best.
Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. Vice Mayor Keener has supported the motion.
I support. To me, it feels fair.
Commissioners, anything else to ask or add at this time? No? All right. I'm inclined to concur. I was a little torn on this because coming into this, my inclination was to concur with the staff recommendation, trust their professional evaluation of this. They have a good understanding of what the commission's intent and desire has been with this property, and it seems like the recommendation is in alignment with that. At the same time, though, us as elected officials and public servants, we have a responsibility to be good stewards of our residents' assets, and since we own this house, it is an asset, a collective asset of our community. And so that behooves us to consider how we might be able to get the best value out of it. But at the same time, I would like to see when this gets brought back how their budget and commitment to invest in renovations may be adjusted going forward, given any adjustment to price, because I do think that is a key piece of the value as well. It's not just about how many dollars we get back, although I would love for us to, be made whole up front. But as we heard through the scatter site brownfield, we will get reimbursed over time through the tax incremental growth. And so we'll be made whole. And the sooner we get this house renovated and people living in, they'll be accretive to our tax base from an income tax perspective, as well as contributing to our local economy and filling in the gaps in the neighborhood. So raise the quality of life in that neighborhood. So I think there's a lot of value in getting this project moving forward and renovate it and someone living in there sooner than later. But I think it's fair to ask for that additional information. And I hope that, and I appreciate everyone that has submitted proposals and put in offers. And my one reservation of doing this is that it may be perceived as the city acting in not the necessarily, I don't want to say bad faith, but not in the greatest of faith, since we laid out a process and now we're returning it. But this is a public asset, and we are public servants, and our primary responsibility is to our residents and being good stewards of their resources. So, somewhat reluctantly, I will support the motion that's on the table. If there's no other discussion, roll call, please.
Commissioner St. Clair?
Yes.
Mayor Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Pesh. Appreciate for all your work on this project over a number of years. I'm glad that our city is committed to and continues to be committed to saving and preserving this property. And I really appreciate your personal investment of time and capacity into this project. Thank you. All right. That concludes our new business. Commissioners, do you have anything to raise under any other business? All right. Oh, Mr. Manager.
I just wanted to thank Officers Lopez and Close for filling in for the chief this week. We appreciate you guys being here. So,
cheers. All right. If there's nothing else for any other business, we're going to open it up to general public comment. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to give public comment at this time? Seeing no takers, we're going to go to the phones. That's 231-724-6721. This is general public comment, so when you're calling in, please turn down any audio in the background, state your name, and if you're a City of Muskegon resident, which neighborhood you're calling from. If you're not a city resident, which other township, village, or city you're calling from. And you have up to 3 minutes to provide your remarks. It does not look like we have any takers for phone-in comments. Before we entertain a motion to adjourn, however, we have a public safety pop-up party happening at at Cyphers Park this Thursday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow, Wednesday, 4 to 5:30, I believe. So we are resuming our pop-up parties in different parks and neighborhoods around our city, and we're kicking it off this season with Seifert Park, 4 to 5:30 tomorrow, Wednesday, June 24th. Yes, Commissioner Cochin.
I'd like to add an asterisk to that because I didn't realize this when I first saw it, but we're only doing 5 pop-up parties across the city. So if you're in that area, that will be your pop-up party. There will not be an individual pop-up party for your specific neighborhood.
Yes. And all are welcome.
Yes.
In any of our public pop-up parties. Also, this isn't city related. I mean, it's within our city, but it's a county-led initiative as part of the master planning process for the upgrades at Heritage Landing. Those continue, and they are having a public engagement session on this Thursday, the 25th, from 5 to 7. And that one's going to be at the Union Depot downtown on Western Avenue. And then next week, Wednesday, July 1st, they're going to be at McGrath Park in the community building, also 5 to 7. So if you have not yet participated in any of that or given feedback on how you'd like Heritage Landing to function and serve our community going forward, just a caveat or reminder, asterisk, that is a county-owned facility and park, not city-owned, but it is a gem in our community, and we wish to encourage community engagement. So, all right. I would now entertain a motion to adjourn, Commissioners.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner St. Clair, supported by Commissioner Kilgo to adjourn. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you. Take care and be well.